y'all have the audacity to sit here and tease people like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, today we're talking about my favorite subject, social anxiety, and the whole like Summer Walker situation. Her just bringing light to it made me want to do like a little Q&A about it. So I went on Instagram and I asked some people some questions, and I asked my friends like what would they want to know about it. So I had them written down, okay, because I use my phone to record. And disclaimer, if y'all hear anything, they outside like fucking up the street and putting new pavement down, so just keep that in mind. So let's get about the book to start a bit. Okay, so first of all, social anxiety is exactly what it sounds like. You have anxiety in social situations. So going to school, going to college, let's see, going to parties, okay, touring, okay. Some people have social anxiety like just literally in general where they can't get out of the house, but it really is just a fear, a phobia. It's social phobia, that's what they used to call it, I believe. It's just a fear of being social, a fear of being around people. It's not shyness, it's not just being nervous, it's not just being a little scared and you'll get used to it. No. Okay, my first question, which my friend put in all caps, was discussing it in a way people will understand. So then I was like, bitch, like, I don't even know, I don't understand that question. I was like, I don't know what you mean discuss it in a way. So she said, put it in a way that makes it easy for people to understand who think we're just weird. Okay, first of all, everybody's fucking weird. Everybody has issues. We're all weird, okay? We're all weird in our own way, but I see people calling like Summer weird, you know, when people don't talk in class, or they don't talk when they're like presenting. I do see people calling them weird. We're not fucking weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you come around us enough times, like, we'll open up enough times, okay? Every person's different, but it takes a while. But we're not weird. Like, we're just literally socially awkward. We're literally scared. There's so much thoughts that go through our mind when we're in social situations that at a point it's not even about y'all. Like, it's, at that point it's just about the fear. And I best describe it as a monster. Like, so this is me, right? Social anxiety is like a mother freaking monster beast that just hangs on top of you like this, and it's just there with you all the time. It's there when you're going to sleep. It's there when you wake up. It's there before you're about to go out the house. It's there when you're in the mirror getting ready. It's just there. That's exactly what it is. So we're not weird, okay? The same way people have phobias with snakes and spiders and, I don't know, animals. That's the best way I know phobia. But everyone is scared of something, right? Okay? And if you're not scared, you're freaking lying. But everybody has a phobia. And that's what social anxiety is. We're not weird. You think, like, that's like calling you weird because you're scared of snakes. No, you have a logical reason to be scared of snakes or sharks, because snakes or sharks can kill you, right? Or they can put venom in you. You know, one bite, you're done off, right? That's exactly what social anxiety is. It's a phobia. Okay, granted, like, not everybody's going to be killing us, but that's how we think. It's not so much that we think people are going to kill us, but the same way people are scared that a snake's going to kill them, that's the same way we get scared that people are going to criticize us for everything. They're going to judge us. They're going to think we're wrong all the time. They're going to be looking at us, oh my gosh, if I say the wrong thing, they're going to make fun of me. They're going to be mean. That's literally what that phobia is. So the same way y'all think these animals going to kill you, the same way that we think people are going to judge us, not understand us. And, you know, with that being said, let me just go to my next question, because it's out here, but you'll figure out why it all ties it together. I also wanted to say that it's more than just being introverted, and I guess that's our fault, right? Like, because I see a lot of introverts who don't have social anxiety, and they're like, you know, being introverted is not being shy. Like, there's a lot of introverts out there who are not shy, and they don't get nervous around people. They just don't like to talk, or they rather just sit and observe, and that's just how they are. So I guess we fucked that up, but it's not just being introverted, because like I said, there are, I would say majority of introverts are like that, honestly. You know, we just like to observe. We rather, instead of like talking all the time, we rather just sit back, think, and then talk, or talk when it's our place. So social anxiety ties into introvertism, in the sense that we like to be to ourselves, we like to be in the house. Some of us, we do want to talk, okay? Some people with social anxiety can be very extroverted if they got over it, to be honest. Let me not say over it, but you know, if they got better with it and everything, they could be way more extroverted, but that social anxiety stops them. It's like paralyzing, okay? You know, it's like that gif where she goes to the door and she stops. That's what it's like. Okay, so someone said, what's the difference between being shy and having social anxiety? Okay, so growing up, you know, people said, personally, I'm only going to try and speak on my experiences, y'all, because everybody is different that has any type of mental illness. Growing up, people told me I was shy, and people told me, like, oh, you're shy, you're quiet, you know, just talk more, like, oh, you know, in class you don't talk. And then it would be like, oh, she's shy. And then it's like I would just sit there. So a lot of people who are shy, they're just shy around new people, but within a period of time they'll open up and then they'll be fine. I think that's the hardest part about social anxiety, is that you can literally be in an environment, you can literally be around the same people for a while and still be very, very anxious, aka my junior year of high school. Because junior year of high school, I was very, very anxious at first, and I was like, you know what, Mom, like, this just me being shy and quiet and shy, right? You know, like, I'll get over it. Like, the fuck is that? I'll get over it, right? Like, I'm fucking Kamara Allen, like, I'll get over it. Bitch, no. Like, 3 months later, still scared, still shitting myself, still can't sleep at night. Granted, and remind you, I'm in the same classes, the same 7 classes with the same people, same routine, same classrooms, you know, same everything, but I was still very, very scared. Now, if you were shy, you would just be shy within like the first week, and then it'll be like, all right, whatever, and you'll be fine, and the nerves will kind of be away until, you know, you have a presentation or something. Then it's like, and even then you're just like, oh, whatever, okay, it's done. Versus social anxiety, that shit stays with you. No matter how many times you go to the same place, no matter how many times you see the same person, those feelings still come up and you're still very, very scared. And that's when you are at a point where you need help. Okay, and that was when I was at my breaking point, when I was like, nah, this not just me being shy, this not just me being quiet, like something dead ass is going on, because girl, okay, I had the symptoms, and we gonna get into that too. So yeah, the difference basically is shyness. It can go away within like, and like I said, everybody's different, but for me personally, if I was just being shy, it would just go away within that circumstance. Or say that I was like shy at a fair or an amusement park, it would just go away within like an hour, and it's like, all right, I'm fine. That's shyness. Social anxiety, that bitch stay, okay? It stay, and then you just nervous, your chest pounding, throat getting dry. You're like, oh my god, bitch, you gotta pee, you ain't even drink no water, you gotta shit on yourself, you feel like you have to throw up. Yeah, it's just shyness, it's just nerves. Social anxiety is the legit fear and witchcraft, basically. I'll call it witchcraft going on inside your body. Are you born with it, or shit, I can't read, or can you develop it? Both, definitely. It definitely is genetic. So if one of your parents have it, then you're more likely to have it. And that's the same for any mental illness. If a parent has depression, you're more likely to have it. If a parent has schizophrenia, you're definitely more likely to have it. So y'all, make sure that y'all having these conversations with y'all people, so that you know and can prepare yourself, because you never know. But yeah, you can develop it. So for example, say you were bullied in preschool. Okay, me personally, I was bullied at my babysitters. I was going to my babysitters before kindergarten. I was bullied by a girl there. And from that point on, that's the earliest that I remember being very nervous around people and very shy. My mom said I always didn't talk, But bitch, I was blind. So she said that I would never talk, and like if I wanted something, I would just point at it, and I wouldn't talk, I wouldn't say it. But then when I went to the babysitter, I did have a friend there, but she wasn't there every day. But I remember her. She's very nice to me, but I was getting bullied by another girl, and it was only me there. My sister didn't really come with me, and my younger sister was a baby, so what was she gonna do, right? So being bullied that young, and then going into kindergarten, and then you're growing up and you're also kind of getting bullied, and then you start thinking like, oh my god, I'm ugly, oh my god, you know, I tried to fit in with a girl, and you know, you try to fit in, you try and be somebody that you're not, you try and be like other people. And when you're young, you don't know that, you know. All I knew was that I was very nervous around people, and I would do anything to fit in. That's what I knew. So you can develop it from bullying. You can develop it, say in the house you were abused. Everything starts in the house. So say you were abused in the house, verbally, mentally, emotionally, physically. You might just be anxious towards people, period. Okay, because you like, you know, my mom didn't take care of me, my dad didn't take care of me, they were never there, they neglected me. Every time something happened, they were putting me down, they were very, very rude, very mean. Then next thing you know, that's how you're going to think of the world around you. So then you're going to think that people are mean, kids are mean, you know. You're going to think that authority is mean. So therefore, you're just going to be anxious because you weren't really brought up in a, what's that word? Like a positive, encouraging environment. You know what I'm saying? You can develop it if you were raped, okay? If you were kidnapped, you know, sexually assaulted, if any type of social trauma happened to you, like shit, even if you piss yourself in class and everybody's making fun of you, you could develop it depending on how your brain works, you know? Anything really can trigger it from person to person. For me, I've always said that once I found out that I had it, I was like, damn, that explains a motherfucking lot, because I did not like going to sleepovers. I did not like going to parties. I did not like people staying at my house. So with that being said, all of y'all making these jokes about Summer Walker and about people with social anxiety, y'all need to cut this shit, because a lot of y'all are the roots of these people mental illnesses, because y'all are toxic. But instead of getting help with your toxicity, you make fun of people. So y'all need to check yourself. Be nice to people. Damn. You know, all you rapists out there, y'all the sources of all these people PTSD and shit, and then y'all have the audacity to sit here and tease people like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? That it takes time to get used to situations and people, and that goes into how does it affect one's life, y'all. Number one, physically, you get headaches, chest pains. What else do I get? Oh my gosh. Muscle tension, like in the shoulders and your back. Oh my gosh, you can't sleep. If you, like, talk to somebody, you'll end up second guessing it. Okay, you'll go home and be like, oh my god, I should not have said that. Oh my gosh, did I say that? Oh my god, what are they thinking of me right now? Oh my gosh, did I say the wrong thing? Oh my gosh, what if that came off wrong? Oh my gosh, what if they didn't understand? Like, you're just second guessing it all the time. Okay, you're like, what? Oh my gosh, what if I had a hole in my pants? Oh my gosh, what if that outfit was ugly? Oh my gosh, what if I had a flyaway in my hair? And you kind of start being very OCD about certain. You honestly, you kind of get so OCD and anxious to the point where you don't even give a fuck. You're just like, you know what? Fuck all this shit. Fuck it, right? But sometimes I get kind of OCD, like I need to make sure that my face does not look dry. Okay, I need to make sure that I'm taking care of myself. I need to make sure that I'm not ashy, because I ain't trying, you know, like I'll get very anxious if I'm a little ashy now. I had to make sure that I have lotion in my pocket because it's wintertime. Ashy, right? I sometimes get very OCD about my hair. Like I don't want any frizz. Hold on, y'all. This lighting, come on. Yeah, I don't want any frizz. I don't want any like flyaways, or I don't want this hair to be here or back here. Like, no, it has to like stay a certain way. Like, even now this shit pissing me off, but I'm gonna just leave it alone because I'm working on it. But you kind of get OCD. Like, some people need to have their nails done all the time. Some people need to wear makeup all the time. So honestly, a lot of y'all probably have it and y'all don't even know. Me personally, I suck on my lip whenever. I suck on my lip anytime, okay? Whether I see a cute guy, or I'm hungry, or it's just a soothing thing, or I'm trying to go to sleep, or I'm anxious. You know, I developed a habit of chewing gum. So now when I go to like my acting class, I have to chew gum because I'll like grind on my teeth, and the gum stops me from like grinding on my bare teeth. I had to make sure that I have gum, period, because y'all not finna catch me slipping. Okay? I had to make sure that I have chapstick. I had to make sure, like, I just really had to take care of my outside appearance, or else, like, I'll freak the fuck out, okay? I used to have my mom order for me all the time at restaurants when I was younger. You know, I used to tell her, like, girl, yeah, you already know, chicken and fries, yep. Barbecue sauce on the side, thank you. You know, and she used to order for me. If we went to McDonald's, it was like, I'm not talking to that person, you know, even though and it's like, it's their job to help you, right? But I used to be like, nah, you know, I'll just have what you having. Yeah, just order two, right? Or sometimes if they messed up my order, I'll be like, you know what, it's alright, like, I'll just eat it, or I'll just throw it out, you know. Or if they gave me like, now I'm a little more comfortable saying like, hey, like, you gave me blue cheese instead of ranch, and I don't like blue cheese, so can I have ranch? Some people, they rather just not eat, or they rather just not go out with their friends. Some people get very, like, the thought of just leaving the house, period, to go to the doctors or something, ticks them off. Like, they'll be throwing up and shitting, and like, some people, it's just very bad. It takes time to get used to situations and people. Like I said, it took me like, I still wouldn't be used to my class in high school when I moved, okay? It takes time to get used to new people. It takes time to get used to new friends, especially if all you've been doing is texting, and then all of a sudden it comes where you have to meet in person. It's like, oh fuck, shit. And then I be thinking like, oh my gosh, you're not gonna like me because I don't act the same in person in text. Because in text, like, I'll be okay, you know, being myself, versus in person, I'm like, so they're gonna be like, oh my god, this bitch dead ass, like, she don't act the same, like, is she really like this, you know? So when it's time to like meet somebody in person, it's like, fuck, like, I don't even want to do this shit. Like, it took me a year to get used to working at Dunkin' Donuts and with the people around there. I didn't get used to it until like a year later. A girl, Elaine, came, and like, you know, she reminded me of Jylen, so we just like hit it off. And then I started getting more friends, like with Tanera and a lot of other people. I don't want to keep saying names because y'all not about to sue me on this shit, okay? So, yeah, it just takes a while. Like, it takes so long, and that's also just very frustrating because it's like, I seen this person 5 days a week straight for 4 months now, and I'm still not comfortable around them. Like, what is wrong with me? So then you start getting frustrated within yourself, and then you start thinking to yourself, and you're like, bitch, get it together. And then it just causes so much conflict and war that it's like, fuck it, just fuck it, like, fuck it. When I had to do presentations, I was like, bitch, I'd rather take this motherfucking 0 than go up there and present. Like, you want me to get up there and present? Nah, I'd rather take 0. Fail me. Fail my ass. Hell no, okay? But I still did presentations because my parents would whip my ass if I didn't. I also want to say that just because your parents or something, like, I seen a tweet that said, back then we didn't talk about social anxiety because your grandma just made you go up there and do it, right? I just want to get it out the motherfucking way that even by conquering your fears with social anxiety and doing things that are scary to you doesn't mean that it goes away. Because my dad used to push me to talk, to do things, to get presentations, to go on stage, to dance, to do all of this stuff. You know, he was like, if you're scared, you know, do it. I don't care that you're scared, you're still gonna do it, right? So he had me doing that, but bitch, I was still scared. So all of y'all trying to say that people with social anxiety just need to get out of it and just need to go out there and do it. Yes, it helps when you do go out there and conquer your fears and you go out there and face it head on, but it does not go away, okay? Even if you conquer that one fear of talking to the Starbucks lady, the next time you go and talk to a different Starbucks lady, that shit is still there. So everyone's saying that, like, back then we used to just do it. No, back then you used to just do it and not, like, acknowledge the fact that you had anxiety. I just don't see the logic, okay? Because my grandma, she's very scared of water, right? And this girl Okay, this woman, okay, let me be respectful. She took baby steps, right? But ain't nobody bother her. But when I don't want to talk because I'm scared of people, all of a sudden it's like that's not a real thing. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't bother you because I know how to swim and you don't. And I don't see the point of you being scared of water because I know how to swim. Okay? So this is what I'm talking about. It's the same thing as any other phobia. But what I was saying was that my grandma, she, you know, took baby steps. She got into the water. And she ended up getting to the point where she was able to sit in a donut in the pool. Right? But if I tell my grandma to go, like, step back in the ocean, she's still going to be like, no. And then I'll be like, why? When you literally sat in the pool. And she'll be like, no, I'm still scared of water. I'm not going to sit here and be like, okay, we'll just go out there and do it and throw her in the water. No. That's inconsiderate. She's scared of water. And that doesn't fully go away until you just keep doing it and doing it. And some people, it takes freaking years. Okay? So stop that shit. But for Summer Walker, I honestly think that she knew that she had social anxiety. But she didn't know. Like, she did not know until she got famous and had to go on tour and stuff, right? And people are like, you know, how was she a stripper and she has social anxiety and now all of a sudden, like, now she can't do it, but she was a stripper shaking ass in front of these people. Let me tell you something. Shaking ass in front of a little nightclub to pay your bills is way different than going out there in front of thousands of people that are judging you and expecting for you to be a certain type of way. Because let's not lie, we expect musicians out of all people to be a certain type of way. They're a rapper, we expect for them to be hype. If they're a singer, we expect for them to, like, sing and be Beyonce and stuff. And everybody's not like that, you know? So we have these expectations of people, and then when they don't meet it, y'all are mad. For why? You know? For why? Like, she told y'all she had it. She tried to be open about it, and y'all still sat here and made fun of this girl. Now, personally, even though I have it too, my thoughts are that it's none of my business how she handles her anxiety, you know, and just because I handle mine doesn't mean that she has to handle hers, or just because I get help with mine doesn't mean she has to, you know. That's all her business, and that's her choice. If she wants to get help, she'll get help. If she don't, she don't. If she don't want to keep going on tours, she don't want to keep going on tours. And I feel like y'all are just expecting a lot out of these people, because I feel like she's probably not the only person with social anxiety. She's probably just the only person that said it out loud. She's being real with y'all and raw with y'all. And that's what y'all want, right? Y'all want these rappers to be real and show y'all, like, that they're buying houses and all this stuff. But then it's a problem. And y'all pick and choose. For real, for real. And as far as London on the track, is his real name London? Like, did his mom name him London? But whatever. I just feel like with London, because I know people were saying that, you know, she's comfortable around him and she'll shake her ass on camera and stuff like that. She's probably used to London. When you get used to people, man, you know, like, you have your own little group. And that's it. You're just comfortable with them. So she's probably used to London. Like, I don't know how many times he tried to get at her, or if he was just very persistent. And, you know, maybe naturally he just brought her out of her shell, where she just forgot about social anxiety. She was just that comfortable, because that happens too. Sometimes as humans, God puts people in your place, in your way, and, you know, you learn, you grow with them, whatever the case may be. You never know. But that could just be the case where she's comfortable with him. So, yeah, I mean, everyone deserves love, right? Right? Okay, you know. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all just make me mad sometimes. And yeah, posting on social media is way different, because if y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all know that I can turn the fuck up on, like, my story. I like to make people laugh. I like to dance, and, like, me dancing in front of a camera for Instagram, or me talking like this for YouTube on a camera, is very different than me going to speak about this in front of 100 people. You know, I'm gonna be up there shaking this shit like, all right, now y'all gotta, it's hard. And posting on social media, like, just a camera, like this camera right here is just recording me, right? But this camera is not a real person. This camera is not talking to me. I mean, my FBI agent may be, but we just not gonna, okay? But this camera is not judging me. I don't have a fear of cameras. Cameras never in my life have called me ugly. Cameras never in my life had called me weird or different or 2 eyes, 4 eyes, or Bray's face, you know, cameras never made fun of me. So why do I have to be scared of a camera? It's way different. And when you post on social media, you're behind the screen. It's the same way how y'all trolls be posting under people's comments, but in person you don't want to post up, right? That same thing. That's the best analogy I can use. I wanted to say that it is a learning process for her, and we don't know her history. Like, we were not with her for her whole life, if that makes any sense. We don't know what kind of trauma could have went on. We don't know what could have triggered her anxiety. We don't know. Maybe the fame just triggered it, you know, like that can happen too. But you know, I think it's all a learning process for her, and I don't want to speak for her, but I think this is just teaching her that she does have a challenge. I don't want to call it a problem, okay, but she does have a challenge with social anxiety, so maybe now she'll go and get help, and all of y'all gonna be mad if she go and get help and come back on top now, okay? But I just think it's a learning process for her. I think she's learning, and I think we should just give her room to learn and grow. Flooding doesn't work. Flooding is a technique where, say you were scared of dogs, we would just put you in a room full of dogs all around you, but you're very terrified. And I feel like that's what happened with her. I feel like, you know, she got fame and everyone likes her music, blah, blah, blah. So everyone wanted a tour and a meet and greet. But that tour, the meet and greet, like all of that, the awards, that's a form of flooding onto her, because she, you know, normally when to get over your social anxiety, you go in increments, you know, like, okay, you might go to a small little intimate friends giving type of thing, or you might just go and talk to like people at a cookout. Okay, how about we just order one smoothie from does Starbucks even make smoothie? But we just order one coffee from Starbucks. Okay, next time let's go and order something from McDonald's. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do with any type of anxiety and phobia, because flooding does not work with everybody. So with her, she really just got flooded with like so many people, so many critics, so many, you know, she goes on tour, there's like thousands of people just watching her. That's a form of flooding, and that doesn't work for everybody. So I think for her, that was just very overwhelming. And my last thought on this whole situation is that y'all need to leave this girl alone. Y'all really need to mind your motherfucking business, okay? Some of y'all are toxic as fuck, okay? But y'all won't go and get help for that. Y'all just make it normalized. Now everybody thinks being toxic is normal. Now everybody thinks cheating is normal. No. Some of y'all have other problems, out of mental health problems, that y'all really need to go and get help with. Because, you know, you go on social media and you see all these people like making it normal, like, what's your toxic trait? Oh, when I'm mad, I don't talk. And then it's like, haha, yeah, me too, haha, all right, we don't need to change, right? No, toxic. Okay, but y'all won't go and get help for that. Y'all just make it normal. Like, y'all really get focused on the wrong stuff. Like, for real. So y'all just need to leave her alone. If she wants to get help for it, then she does. If she doesn't, then she doesn't. I don't know. I just feel like she not bothering nobody. And I saw people calling her like slow and stuff. Listen, sometimes when you have anxiety, you had to get up there and do something. Like, I had presentations that I did by myself and I worked on weeks on, and when it was time to present, I forgot what I wrote, or I forgot what the topic even was. Because I know one time I had a presentation on a KKK, and I went up there and I was like, what the fuck did I? And then I had to look like, oh shit, yeah, you know, Ku Klux Klan, bitch. So, like, sometimes you really, like, she could have had a speech prepared. You could be preparing speeches all day motherfucking long, but as soon as you get up there, that shit just, everything just fly out the window, and all of a sudden you're just there, like, you know. So she probably thought, okay, let me just thank London because he gave me this album. Let me thank the other guy. Let me just leave because I don't know. So we honestly don't know what was going through her mind at the time, and it's not fair for us to sit here and ridicule us, especially when none of us had been in that position, because none of us had to accept an award in front of thousands of people, and she probably had people in there that were like her role models and idols too. So, okay, all of you want to be supreme athletes. Imagine trying to give a speech in front of LeBron James himself. And it's what you want to say, like, nah, I wouldn't do that. Like, I would try and network, and no, you wouldn't. Stop, okay? There's no face for any mental illness. Anxiety is not just being nervous. Anxiety is not just being scared. Just because you have anxiety doesn't mean that you're shaking all the time. Some people, when they have anxiety, they cry, they laugh, they get angry, they get irritable. You know, like, there's no face to it. There's very, very different levels. Some people have social anxiety way more severely. Some people don't. Some people have social anxiety and then they can, like, get over it quick. Everybody's different. There's no face to anxiety. There's no face to depression. There's no face to PTSD. There's no face to OCD. Like, there's just no face to any mental illness, because, like I said, our brains work different. So therefore, I don't know what people had in their minds. And see, that's y'all the problem. Y'all had too many expectations. I don't know what y'all had in y'all mind about what social anxiety or anxiety is supposed to look like. But Summer's example is a prime example of severe. The Summer, she probably just found out like a year ago, and she's still trying to get through it. Because when I first found out and I first moved and everything, y'all, it was bad. I would be scared to move in class. Like, if I was taking notes like this, I would have to be like this the whole class. I could not move because I did not want attention on me. If I had to use the bathroom, I was like, oh, bitch, I'll just wait till I go home. If I had to, what was I going to say? Like, get up to go get a paper. Like, the teacher would be like, hey, everybody, you know, come on, get this paper. I'm like, I don't want to get up and get that paper. Like, what the fuck? So then it was like, oh, I had to, like, get out of the chair. Go get that paper, okay, and then sit back down. And then if we were watching a movie for the class, I just had to sit there like this. Y'all, like, I could not move because I did not want no attention on me. I did not want to raise my hand because it was like, what if I raise my hand, like, too damn high, too damn low, at a curve, like, you know? And that's literally how it is. Like, you overthink everything. Or you had to prepare yourself. Like, if they're like, all right, everybody, go around and say an icebreaker, I would have to have the same icebreaker. Like, hi, my name's Kamara. I'm from Connecticut. All right? And that was the same icebreaker. Like, you had to prepare what you're going to say. If something happens that you didn't think was about to happen, girl. So, you know, you be thinking to yourself, like, you see, this is why I should never even came to school. Like, this is exactly why I should never even came here. I don't even know why I'm here. That beast is just over you, telling you you're not good enough, telling you no matter what you do, people are always going to be judging you. Then you get into a group, then they be like, all right, group work, and then you be sitting there like, bitch, what? I can't do this by myself? Group work? Now I had to have these people phones in my phone? I mean, phone numbers in my phone? I had to have these people Instagrams? Oh my gosh. Group work? Group work on what? Like, what? And then you get into those groups and then it's like, fuck me. Like, damn. Like, it's really hard. It's very, very hard. Or say that you go somewhere and you're prepared, alright? So, like, when I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I'm prepared, bitch, you know? Let me get a medium cold brew, you know, extra cream. But then if they ask me a different question, it's like, what? Like, I wasn't prepared for that. Like, what? Alright, I'll just leave. Bye. You know, it's like that. Or say at a restaurant, they ran out of your food. It's like, okay, never mind. Go home. You know, that's how it is. Then you get indecisive because you're like, well, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to order the wrong thing. You kind of look and compare yourself, and you're trying to be like everybody else, and you're like, you want to agree with everybody else, but then you have to learn, like, that's not really a good thing. You should be your own person. But how is social anxiety different from other forms of anxiety? So social anxiety, it really just revolves around people and social situations. So versus like other anxiety can revolve around, I mean, same thing, like a phobia, but our phobia is just people and socialities, okay? Versus other people's phobias might be dogs and caterpillars and butterflies. PTSD mostly comes from trauma. OCD mostly comes that you just really have to be on a routine. Everything has to be, in order for you to function, like, you know, you just get very obsessive. And then to deal with that, you'd have to do things. So honestly, all of them do tie into each other, but yeah. Other effects are that you do have an out-of-body experience. Like, when I would do a presentation or I would talk to somebody, I won't even remember what the fuck happened. You know, like, I would just sit there like, you try and recall it and think back and you'd be like, no, I don't remember that. I don't remember anything. And then you're just sitting there, you're trying to remember, but it's like, I wasn't even myself. It feels like in the movies when, like, they show the person just, like, in a sunken place. That's what it feels like. You know, like, you know you had to do this thing, but you don't remember. And you don't feel like yourself. And all you remember is your heart beating. Your legs kind of getting wobbly, sweating, shaking, itching. Like, the whole time that you're going through a social situation or a party or a class, it literally feels like you're holding your breath. And then once it's all over and you get home, you could, like, finally let it go. So it's like you're not breathing throughout the day because you're just so scared. But then when you come home, it's like, all right, that wasn't that bad. And then you go to bed and you're trying to go to sleep, and then your brain's like, gotta do it tomorrow. And then you're like, fuck. Shit. Fuck! You know? So, oh, you have to have a security blanket, definitely. Like, if I'm going to a party, I need to know who about to be there. Like, do I know who's going to this party? No? Alright, then I'm not going, you know. Or I'll be like, Jalen, yo, like, you gotta come with me to the movies because I'm, you know, just come with me to the movies. Like, we'll have fun, I'll pay, blah, 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 you know. But that's a way of having a security blanket. You're also a perfectionist. Like, I can only imagine, I'm gonna use Summer Walker again, that when she releases an album, she probably wants that shit to be perfect. When you do a project, you want it to be perfect, okay? And if it's not perfect, or you feel like it's not perfect, you're like, okay, I can't do it. Like, you have to give me more time. Like, hold on. Like, wait, it has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. It has to be in your, you just want everything to be perfect, or else you get out of whack. Like, you're out of your routine. And if it's not perfect, then obviously you're more inclined to think that people are going to tease you, bully you, and be mean to you, and be like, or like criticize you, like, yeah, no, that's not good, that's not good, that's not good. And then it's like, fuck, I didn't even do anything right. And then it's like, so you just try to do everything perfect before you, like, let others see it. I never really got used to my internships. If I was in group work, I just didn't talk, or I just really just didn't give a fuck. It's very paralyzing, and it can control your life. And personally, I just don't want to be, like, in 10, 20 years thinking to myself, like, damn, think of everything that I could have did if I would have just did it, you know. So it is very paralyzing. You don't want to go out at all, which means that you miss out on opportunities. And even the smallest opportunities, like, damn, I could have just went and got me a motherfucking taco, but because I was scared, I didn't get a taco. Damn, I should have just went and got a taco. And then next thing you know, you think about that taco the whole time. So that's how it kind of ties into depression too, because you're so anxious that you just get sad because you don't know what's wrong with you. You feel guilty, you're worrying. So then you just stay in bed and you just don't eat, and then you just like, I guess this is life, right? It's very sad, and well, let me say this. I'm not about to keep forcing mental illnesses on y'all, and I'm not gonna try to keep forcing y'all to understand and, like, you know, accept it, because y'all are grown. But what I can say is that I hope it never happens to any of you guys or any of your kids or any of your loved ones, because seeing the insensitiveness is crazy, buck wild. And that's exactly the problem that we have in our community, in the black community. And that's what I'm trying to fix. I'm trying to bring more awareness to it. But I'm not about to force this onto y'all, to ask you and beg you and please understand and please, like, please. No, I'm not about to do that. Y'all gonna do what y'all want to do, and y'all gonna believe what y'all want to believe, but I just never, ever hope that it happens to you or your kid or anybody close to you. Because it's not a joke. And I understand, you know, we all want to laugh at our pain, but after a while, it's not funny anymore. And if Summer did something to herself, or if any of your loved ones did something to themselves because they tried to get help with their mental illness, y'all will be feeling bad than a motherfucker. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Toxic. Treatments are just CBT therapy, which is what, it takes your thoughts and switches them. So instead of thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm not enough, oh my gosh, this is bad, this is wrong, you can think like, well, maybe, what if it's right? What if I do good? You know, what if I try? If someone does tease me, what if I just say, okay, wish them a nice day and keep moving on, you know? It just takes your thoughts and switches them into good thoughts, so that way you're more inclined to, like, do something, okay? And then of course just regular talk therapy, maybe to get down to the root of it, maybe to see about it, and it also just helps to talk to someone who understands. And then facing it, of course not in flooding now, okay, because you might die. But facing it just in the sense of doing things that you feel like you can do to build yourself up for the big things that, you know, life throws at us. And then, of course, medicine, like, I think Xanax is anti-anxiety meds. You can take vitamins, L-theanine, you could drink tea, do baths, but yeah, you know, a lot of times you can definitely take an anti-anxiety medication from a psychiatrist. So I just wish that you guys would be a little bit more insensitive and put yourself in people's shoes. Wait, is that the right word? Insensitive? No. What the freak? I'm trying to say, I wish that y'all would be more sensitive. Listen, I just wish that y'all would be a little bit more empathetic and put yourself in people's shoes, because not everybody is comfortable being outside. Not everybody is comfortable being a little bit more extroverted. Not everybody's comfortable being what you're comfortable with, okay? And just because you were raised one way, or just because you don't get scared, doesn't mean that other people don't, okay? We all need to stop thinking about ourselves and start thinking about other people, and start thinking about how we affect other people, okay? Because if you were a bullier, or if you were a bully, best believe you at the root of somebody's social anxiety. If you're verbally abusive and toxic, you're at the root of somebody's depression. You're at the root. A lot of us are at the root as something in someone else's life. And it doesn't have to be bad, you know. It could be good too. If you have more questions, I will answer them to the best of my ability with my experiences. But please do y'all fucking research. For real. There's so much stuff. And every day, if y'all go look at the DSM, y'all, it's literally like this big. Every day, something new comes out. Some new disorder, some new mental illness, some new thing comes out. Because we're progressing so quick and so fast as society that, like, more stuff just pops out, okay? And so, yeah, I just hope that y'all go and do y'all research. Go pick up a DSM, okay? You might have such... Like I said, this ain't supposed to be negative or nothing, but I'm just saying, go pick it up, alright? You might learn something about yourself, okay? Yeah, start being kind to people, because you never know. You could be sitting here laughing at her, and next thing you know, you're going to end up having a kid that literally does not want to go anywhere. And then what are you going to do? Laugh at your kid? If that's the case, and you are going to laugh at your kid, send them to me, because y'all, some of y'all don't deserve to be parents. So, yeah. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram. Let me know what other videos y'all want, and I'll try my best to do them. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. Y'all enjoy y'all week. Enjoy Thanksgiving and Christmas. Put up your motherfucking trees and listen to them carols, okay? I hope that y'all enjoy this, and y'all have a good one, and happy holidays. I also wanted to say, when someone does come out, oh my gosh, my hair is starting to get on my nerves. I'm just about to put it back. Okay, so when someone does come out and tries to tell you or society about something that they're dealing with, can we please stop using it against them, making them feel bad, making them feel invalid, and making them feel weak? Okay? It takes a lot for us to come out, especially to those that we love, and say, I'm not feeling like myself. I think I'm depressed. I think I have anxiety. I think I have PTSD. I think it's called body dysmorphia. You know, I think I'm anorexic. That shit's not weak. For someone to come to you and say that shows their strength, because it is very, very hard to tell someone about the war that is going on in your brain. So, if someone's coming to you, please stop making that shit seem weak. You should be honored that someone is telling you that, and that they're comfortable enough to tell you that and get help with it. It takes a lot to go and get help. It takes a lot to go to therapy. It takes a lot to even fucking wake up in the morning and take a shower, okay? It takes a lot. for us to be open about it. And so that's why I have my channel, because I'm hoping that my vulnerability and my strength can help somebody else. And if you want to tell someone what you're dealing with, it does not make you weak. It makes you strong as fuck. Okay? I understand it is very, very hard, especially for me, because I don't like to tell people because I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to make people feel like they're the cause of my anything that may be going on with me. I don't want people to like be watching me like a hawk and stuff just because I said that I'm not feeling like myself, you know. So it takes a lot, and I get it and I understand it. So please stop making jokes and making people seem so weak because they say like I have anxiety, I'm depressed. It's not funny, it's not a game, and more and more people actually are developing it, especially our youth. So please know that by sharing your experiences and even just going to one person, you are strong. I'll say to anybody out there who may have social anxiety, it does not define you now, baby boy, baby girl, depending on your gender. It does not define you. And just because you have it doesn't mean that you have to be paralyzed all your life, and it doesn't have to mean that you have to be scared all your life. Depending on your severity, please go and get help, and please know that you can do anything. You know, I personally went to an acting class, and that bitch, that has been a fear of mine since I was younger. So I contemplated going to the class for like 3 months, and I was like, all right, bitch, fuck this shit. Like, just do it. So I did go, and I just want that to be a testimony to show you guys that you can also face your fears and conquer them. I mean, I still do get scared when I go back and stuff, but that's okay. You know, it's just about putting your best foot forward and doing the best that you can do, and knowing that not every time you face your fear or conquer a fear, it's not always going to be perfect, but at least you did it, and at least you tried, and at least you're growing, and that helps you grow. So at least you're growing, and you're trying to do something about that anxiety, you know. So it doesn't define you, you know, just because you have social anxiety, depression, any type of mental health challenge, not illness, okay, doesn't mean that you have to be that. You know, just because you have social anxiety doesn't mean that you can't be a singer, or let me see, what else is like or you can't be a public speaker, or you can't get a job, or you can't own a business or something. Whatever your dream, whatever you want to do in your life, it doesn't mean that you cannot do that, you know. All my life I've seen me helping people or entertaining people, but I was always scared because I was like, bitch, I'm shy as fuck. Like, how am I gonna do that, right? But just know you can do anything no matter what's going on. It's just knowing that it doesn't define you, and you can still do anything that you put your mind to while you're scared, okay? While you're anxious, while you're nervous. Just be patient. That's, oh my gosh. See, I'm about to cry. Be patient with yourself, please. Oh my gosh, do not rush yourself. Do not rush. For example, so I went to the acting class, and said that the next time I went, I expected for me to be 100% comfortable. I expected for me at that point, after I went once, that I was supposed to be talking more and getting out of my shell more. It doesn't work like that, okay? So be patient with yourself, and even if you do one thing once and you're scared the next, that's okay, okay? But the more that you just do something, the better it becomes. And it will never fully go away. I'm not even going to lie to you guys, because I've been dealing with this for a long time. But it's never fully going to go away. But it doesn't fully stay there either. You know? So just know it doesn't define you, and you can do anything. And please try and face it. Please try and get to the root of it. And just not so much for other people, but for yourself. And for me personally, I just don't want that to be an excuse all my life, you know, like, why didn't I go talk to this boy? Oh, because I have anxiety. You know, like, I get it and I understand it, like, because that's how my brain works. It's like, oh, it's okay if I don't do that because I have anxiety. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want anxiety to define me on my life, and I don't want that to be an excuse for why I didn't go and get a fucking taco, right? So everyone's different, of course, and some people like to use excuses, but me personally, I don't want that to be an excuse on my life for the reason why I didn't live my life. So just know, even though while it's there, it's really just there to keep you safe. My friend asked me, can you have anxiety around, or social anxiety around people that you do know? And the answer is motherfucking yes. I still get very nervous seeing friends. Like, if I go to Connecticut, I still get very nervous if I'm like meeting somebody, or we're like hanging out for a birthday. Even if it's a smaller gathering, like, I'll be nervous as fuck, and I'll be nervous the whole day. I'd be nervous to stay at people's houses that I know. Sometimes when I see my older sister and my grandma, like, I'll still be nervous, even though that's my sister and my grandma. But then once they come here and we're like, hi, and then like after an hour, it's like, oh, okay, they're still the same. Then it's like, okay, whatever, right? Then I'll get used to it. So it's like, I still get very nervous at cookouts. I still get very nervous around my abuela, my grandma, my sister, even like my parents, if I haven't seen them in a while or something. I still get nervous going to see my uncle who lives in Georgia. So yeah, you can still have it around people that you do know. Friends in general, yeah, that's why I don't like to go out. Because, like, for example, I used to cheerlead, and I had this best friend when I was cheerleading, and I will only see her during practices because she didn't go to my school, and I would not see her outside of practices because, like, I would be scared. Like, I would talk to my friends at school and still be scared to hang out outside of school. So yeah, you can still have it. I don't like to FaceTime. I don't like to talk on the phone unless it's something important, but yeah, I don't like FaceTiming people. I don't like FaceTiming certain people. Like, I don't know. I like FaceTiming my cousins just because they're probably the only people that I'll FaceTime willingly, because, like, those are my cousins. They're my little babies. So I'll FaceTime them, and I like talking to them and being, hopefully I help them. That's the whole point I call them, is to help them in life. So hopefully they learning something. But yeah, so yeah, you can still have around people that you do know, especially family members. I think that's a very frustrating part of it too, because it's like, yo, these people are my family and I'm scared. Why am I scared around my family? But Jalen, let's see. Jalen is probably the only person that I've never been nervous around, just because, I don't know, we're like twins, kind of. You know, and versus like, and we're so close in age, versus my older sister is like 8 years older than me, and I'll be like nervous just because it's like, shit, I haven't seen her in like months, and I don't know what she's gonna ask me, and blah, 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 I don't know what she's gonna do. Versus Jalen, like, she's here with me all the time, so I don't get nervous around Jalen. I don't get nervous to call Jalen, and she's probably the only person that I literally, all signs of social anxiety are gone. Unless I have like something to go to, then I'm like, Jalen, don't talk to me. Like, I'm mad, irritated. I'm just thinking about this thing. I'm overthinking, blah, blah. So yeah, Jalen is like one of the only people that I don't have it with at all. I still have it with my best friend. Like, when I go to see her, it's like, I'm excited to see her, but I'm still very nervous to see her. Sometimes I'll have it around kids too. Just in the sense that, like, if I babysit a kid by myself, ain't no problem. But if I'm like meeting a kid around other people, or I'm like watching a kid around other people, I'll be nervous. And a prime example is that is Harmony, my cousin, had a baptism, and she wanted me the whole time, and I was like, girl, this was not in the plan. Like, girl, you know, she wanted me to go up there with her. She wanted me to hold her. So while the I don't know his name, so I'm just not gonna say anything, but the person who baptizes the kids, while he was doing it, you know, people were looking at her, so that means they were looking at me. And I was like, girl, this was not in the plan. So I was nervous, like, being with her around a whole group of people, even though it was on family, but I was still nervous. So another thing is that, like, I don't like people touching me. Okay, do not freaking touch me. Like, okay, that's rude. That's kind of rude. But what I'm saying is, my family says that I'm not loving. Like, I don't show love physically, okay? I don't care for sex. Not that I'm having sex with my family, but if I get a man, I don't care for sex, okay? I don't care for sex. I don't really like hugging and like kissing. Like my mom would be like, you know, you never hug me, you never kiss me, and it's like, and that's what Chella says too, like, you never hug me, you never kiss me, you never see me. And it's like, it's not that I don't want to do it, but like, it's like nerve-wracking. Like, I don't like people touching me. Part of that is insecurity within myself, within my body. I have to hug people a certain way because I don't want them to hug me a certain way, because it'll make me very anxious. Like, if someone hugs me or touches me, or you know how guys, like, they to be respectful, they like put their hand behind their back and onto your waist kind of thing, which is like respectful, not sexually or nothing. I don't like that. Like, no, please don't do that. Like, I don't want you touching me. I don't want you holding me like this. No. So I had to hug people a certain way. I won't hug somebody on top of their neck, because when you hug somebody like around their neck, then they go to the waist. No. I'd rather hug somebody on their waist or their back, and then they're hugging me on my neck, just because I don't like people touching me. I don't like people touching my legs, my butt, my stomach. You know how family be, especially sisters be wanting to bother you. I don't like that. It'll produce like anxiety for me. And then I'll be thinking like that night, like, oh my gosh, I wonder if she like felt my rose or something. And so, yeah. But like I said, that's insecurity as well. So, yeah, I forgot to say that. Damn, I keep forgetting to say hella shit. This video gonna be mad long.